I took a day off today for the first time. I mean, I'm still streaming, but I haven't done anything else all day work-wise. The first day I've taken off in, I honestly can't tell you. Probably since before Baldur's Gate 3. I think before Baldur's Gate 3 was the last time I took a day off. Um, so it's been 6, 8 months. Can't tell you. But woke up this morning, transplanted a tree at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully it survives. It was not an easy transplant. I mean, anybody who's followed the Homestead channel, when we moved in, our backyard was a bare patch of dirt, and now we've got, I think like 20 trees, or over 20, just over 20. We got a lot of trees now, finally, and we had one of these. So the neighbor cut down an almond tree. It's a wild almond tree. I'm very upset about it, but they grow fast, and we had one that was already about 6 feet tall that we just decided to transplant because the ground was really wet. Um, but the transplant did not go well, so we'll see if it survives. Not every transplant I do makes it. Chris and I have transplanted probably 35 trees, and about 20, early 20s have made it. So we're not perfect at it, but hey, we've done a lot of growing things from seeds into seedlings into saplings that then populate the backyard. So I did that at 6. By the way, everybody, good morning, good afternoon. Malice is for going to let us into the theater early. Have some trailers. Hey, this is my trailer. Bubbleonia says, "What's up, man? Spaceman, what's up, Bubbleonia?" Glorfindel says, "Mental health day." I mean, sort of. Like I did that, and then we had some quick snacks, and then we went for a walk down to the river. Came back. The little town where we live in just inaugurated. They've been working on it for like a year and a half, but there's a big church at the top of the hill, a big like a colonial style church, right? A Spanish colonial style church at the top of the hill. And it's not the only one in town, but it's the one that's there, like visible from everywhere. And they consider that the main thoroughfare going down to the river. So they spent like a year and a half redoing the entire street from the top of the church all the way into the river. They did it in like grooved concrete all the way down, expanded the sidewalks from these like narrow 18-inch things to like full on like 4 foot wide sidewalks. Painted it all. It looks like stamped concrete with they painted it up. They put these big, like 50-foot tall. Um, there's a word for them, and I can't remember, but they're lamp posts that curve, and then the lamp is at the end of the post, and they're like 50 feet tall. And they put one on each side on every street corner going all the way down. So we took a walk because they just inaugurated it like I don't know a week and a half ago. So we took a walk down that, got down to the river, and we were coming back, and we were like, oh shit. This we got to get new photos now. So we talked to one of the neighbor ladies. She said the lights go out at like 7. Or lights go on, excuse me, around 7 o'clock. So I think one of these nights this week, when I'm finished up with my stream, we're going to take the tripod and the camera gear out, which we haven't done in about a year. Well, no, about 8 months ago, we went and did a photo shoot at the river with. They have a big swing set up where you can hang out and take pictures and everything else, and it looks out over the whole massive river where we live. So we did that about 8 months ago, but that was the last time I took the camera out. So we're going to get a nighttime shot, and we're going to get a daytime shot. Um, just to show the difference, because I do have pictures from about a year and a half ago when we took them, and you could see the difference. So they actually, the local government has done a good job at the very least in that department. They're making that better, and hopefully they're going to see about expanding the. They're working on new drains everywhere and repaving. They just repaved with asphalt where we near where we live. Anyway, we went for a walk, came back, had a little bit of breakfast, and then we went out again and went to the feed store. Got a bunch of chicken food because Chris now has 12 new chicks. Welcome to YouTube, Ricey. We've got 12 new chicks out of 15 eggs that hatched. So they're 2 days old today. So we had to go out and get new chicken feed for them. And Chris and I did a lot of work. She did most of the work. We had to redo it this morning to replant the tree, but restructuring the chicken wire and everything, because now we have everything cordoned off so that the rooster and the 4 new babies that are now like 3 months old or 4 months old, they're in there with him now, and the other hen, and then Frida's inside the chicken coop with everything locked off so that she can't get out, and she's got the 12 babies in there. So that happened today. We did all that. Went and got chicken feed. What else did we do? I went to the pharmacy, got some stuff. We went to the local food market and got some cabbage because Chris is using cabbage to feed the chickens as a partial. Um, and then we came home and I promptly went back to bed. I think by 9 o'clock in the morning, because I wake up at like 4:35. But I did like 9 o'clock in the morning, went back to bed, slept until almost noon, and then got up, had some lunch, took a shower, and then we watched the first 2 episodes of the new season of Reacher. And now I'm here. So it was a very relaxing day. Where it was the first time in like 8 months where I did not produce any videos today. I was like, I'm gonna take a day off and take a me day. I'll still stream, but didn't do any video production. The downside to that is that I only have videos prepped for tomorrow. So tomorrow I have to hustle because I got to get videos for Wednesday, Thursday, however many days out I can get done tomorrow. Vala says in 1984 we had a 2-story house on 3 acres. My father and I planted trees along the road up to the house. Today you can't even see the house anymore because the trees are so big. Yeah, that's what we've tried to do in the backyard. It's just and it looks good. The one thing I don't have enough of, and it came around last year after the heavy rains, like around June in the middle of summer. But we don't have a lot of undergrowth, so there's no like grass. And right now there's not a lot of plants because it's just been it's cold, so colder. Anyway, but last year, like May, June, and then when the rainy season started at the end of June, like June, July, September, we had a lot of foliage, a lot of ground cover, grass, all sorts of ground clutter. But then it just went away, and we're gonna see if it comes back this year. It's really hard to control that part of it, just because we have all the animals and the chickens and everything else, and the chickens when they're young, especially, they get out frequently and they just eat shit, and it's like, and that's just because we don't have an entirely perfect chicken coop structure. One day, the chicken coop's good. It's the fence we have, but Chris has reinforced it the other day because we have a bunch of new chicks, and she put up new chicken wire. So we're hoping that this time it'll be a little better. And if it does, I want to work on the ground cover next. I haven't done any hand planting of seeds. It's just been whatever gets washed down um, out of the forest behind our property, and it gets washed down every time it rains. But it's been a fun project. And we've had like 9 or 10 papaya trees this year, so we've got tons of papaya. I'm not a huge papaya fan when it's like a raw fruit, but Chris makes it's a Mexican recipe that's like you render it down with sugar and you make these like it's like candied papayas is essentially what it turns into, and those are good. Very, very good.